Hey everyone, Cyberdragon here. So it's been a long time since I've done Scorpion Deku. I know it has been like almost a month, I believe. But yeah, last time I think we left off for this one, because I do think I need to do a bit of a recap. Deku was in an accident, almost a similar accident that Toya went through, but way different. Endeavor had to leave him to save Shoto, which Deku died, then was brought to Hell, which his anger fueled him so much to awaken a quirk, which is, not technically a quirk, a power of Hell itself. With that, he gained the powers of Scorpion and maybe some other types of abilities, who knows. And after that, he returned to Earth, which then he began training his hardest to get his revenge on Enji Todoroki. Over 5 years, to be exact. Well, almost 5 years. Which, during this time, there have been reports about him, fire, scorches, everything like that, which some heroes were called out to find this boy. When they did, Mirako and Ryuku is the one who found him. They had a bit of a tough fight, but they won at the end, returning him to UA, which he was not happy about. So he did not like people in general. But they got Nezu to help out in this situation. And Mirako feels something in her, maternal instincts in a way. And feels like she can relate to this kid. He has a bit of anger issues and stubborn-headedness. I know that's not true, but hell. Which, after a while, Deku and Mirako actually became more closer, you might say. More like mother and son type relationship, which Mirako was surprised about. Over a year of helping Deku learn, teach, and try to trust people again, Mirako wanted to adopt him, which Nezu and Ryuku agreed to, but Ryuku will also have to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't go out of control, too, every now and again, because they know Mirako is a traveling space hero. And yeah, so Deku went home with Mirako, and they talked, and I think that's it for the recap. Normally I don't do recaps, but since this series was put on hold for a long time, I felt like a recap was necessary. A short summary of a recap. The best I can do, at least. So, let's begin. It's been about a couple months since Deku has been living with Mirako now. And, honestly, he is still wary of Mirako somewhat. If you grew up in the Todoroki household, it would be understandable. I don't think this would also have been around the time when, Rei, Deku's father and mother in this one, would be pouring water on Todoroki's eye yet. But after the loss of her 2 sons now, quote unquote, lost, I think the insanity would break in more further along for her. But we're not going to get to that yet. So, we're getting to Mirako walking into Deku's room. Hey, Mirako. Still not mom yet? Sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon. Understandable. But anyways, kid. I noticed your fighting technique out in the woods a while back. I never actually mentioned. I wanted to know what's your strategy of fighting. Since I couldn't really teach you at UA how to fight properly. Well, to be honest, I mostly focus on my quirk. Which Mirako said, well, it is not bad to focus on your quirk, but you do need to focus on other aspects. Wait, what? Like what? So, well, you might want to focus on hand-to-hand combat too. Your quirk is more far range and can be very dangerous, so you perhaps want to maybe focus more on hand-to-hand, so to speak. So, okay, well, so are you gonna teach me? Like, well, of course. So, if you are willing to learn, which Deku gives her a grin, like, alrighty then. But if I surpass you, so, you better give me a recommendation to whatever hero school I want to go to. Which she even gives him a grin, like, you bet. So, but still, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. So, that's when they're starting to learn to fight. And the first sparring match, Deku against Mirko won. To be honest, that goes on for a while longer. When Deku is getting more frustrated, which Mirko notices. She thinks that he will, if he ever is in a real fight and loses to an opponent again and keeps getting knocked down, his anger will be his downfall. So she's wanting someone to help him manage his anger. So, which she doesn't know who to talk to. She obviously can't, because, well, she's stubborn and hot-headedness, but so still, spending time with the kid, she wants nothing more to help him. Which she calls up Ryuko. Ryuko was surprised that Mirko, of all people, are calling her about Izuku. So let's get to the conversation. Ryuko just pick up the phone. Mirko, so how are you and the kid? So, it's going alright. So, but I'm having some trouble. So, and normally I want to do this, but could you help me? Which Ryuko was shocked. Help you? But you never ask for help. And in fact, seems like one of the first times you ever have. I know, but still, I'm trying to help out the kid. And, well, I fear his anger will get the better of him if someone doesn't help him with that. Since I don't really have the best source for that. So I figured you might be able to help. Well, it's kind of obvious that you definitely need help with helping someone manage their anger. What is that supposed to mean? Nothing. But still, so how's being a mother, by the way? It's challenging. He's only been living here for about 6 months now, and, well, he's slightly opening up to me more and more. And I want to help him no matter what, so I'm willing to put my pride aside to ask for assistance. Well, so, what about you bring him over by my agency at some point? So, and see where his skill level is at. Well, I know where his skill level is at compared to his fighting technique, which is actually garbage. Oh, why do you say that? So, he almost just throws random punches and kicks. So, and he does have proficiency with his quirks, but nothing other than that. So, oh, I see. Well, if he's learning from you two how to do hand-to-hand combat, I'm sure he will be fine. But I definitely suggest you help him with his anger somehow. As I said, bring him by whenever you think he's ready to manage. He wants to manage his anger. She said, alrighty then. I'll talk to you soon. What's to hang up? So, Mirko goes to Deku and wanted to talk to him. Yes, Mirko? So, we're still not at the mom phase yet? I don't know whenever that will be. So, but still, what is it? I wanted to let you know that fighting is garbage. What? So, you heard me. You absolutely have no technique behind your fighting. You are proficient with your quirk, yes. Or quirks, but it seems like you don't really have any strategies behind your fighting technique. Which Deku thinks about it, and she's right. Like, so, how do we fix that? Like, I could teach you more better hand-to-hand combat, but you also need to manage your anger. Like, you talking about managing anger? Like, watch it. Like, alright, so, what do you suggest, I guess? Like, well, as you bluntly said, I can manage my anger, so maybe doing some meditation will help you? Which he thinks about it. Like, alright. So, but for now, I do think we should practice more proficient moves. So, at least for a while. Once you can manage your anger small amount, we will ask for help. Like, you ask for help of all people? Really? So, wash it. So, where did this change come from anyways? From the time I've known you, you never ask for help. Like, it is true, but I'm willing to want to help you. So I'm willing to ask for help. But Deku's taken aback by this. He didn't think she would change to help him. Alright. Thanks, Mom. So, which, she, like, wait, what did you say? Like, nothing, Miyako. Which, she smiles softly, thinking like they're getting there. He can't say Mom completely well, because he does still love Rei, his original mother. But, still, so, even Rei didn't give him as much attention, so he does have some abandonment issues. And having a parental figure like Miyako, well, will definitely help him some. So, Miyako now is teaching Deku how to fight more proficiently. They first start with some basic punches and kicks, but Deku already know those pretty fast, so they do more advanced techniques. And this will go on for about another 6 months. During the 6 months, Deku started meditating. It was boring and irritating at first for him, but for the first 2 months, but after a while, Deku has managed to calm slightly. And Miyako saw that. So they did more of some advanced techniques, which it resembles firebending from Avatar, The Last Airbender. Yes, his techniques will kind of resemble that. Not exactly, but still have those basic attacks of firebending. But still, he also does know some martial arts, which he, thanks to Miyako, has taught him some of those martial arts. So, I'm not sure all the martial arts Scorpion does know. I will make a list and write them all down. But, still. Which, now, he is about 12 years old. So, and let's see, I believe Nejire is like almost in Ryuku's agency, another year or so. I'll say this though, Deku has also been doing a lot of weight training too. And with the martial arts combined with all this weight training, he is becoming more ripped and muscular. He does kicks, but he knows that he doesn't need to do kicks all the time. He's also wanting to do weapon training since his skills require that, which Miyako knows that she can't teach him that. So, she thinks it's about time to ask Ryuku for that help that she offered 6 months ago. So, Deku and Miyako goes to Ryuku's agency, which they did call ahead of time. It's not really a hop, skip, and away. It will take them quite a while to get back and forth, so Miyako decided to ask her if they can stay there for quite a few days, or about a week or so, which Ryuku agreed to. Once they arrive, people in Ryuku's agency are like, it's Miyako. Like, and is that her son? Like, it seems like it. Which Ryuku came down like, Mirako, it's like Ryumi, it's good to see you again. Like, same to you. So, like, hello there, Zuko. So, hello there, Ryuku. Like, please, you can call me Aunt if you want to. So, I'm basically Aunt, aren't I not? Like, yeah. So, but I don't really call Mirako, well, so, which Ryuku's finished with saying Mom? Like, yeah. At least, not yet. It's like, I see. Well then, whenever you're ready. So it's like whenever you're ready to call her your mother. Right. So, I should probably mention that Deku does actually wear a face mask and a black hoodie. The face mask is almost the same as this one, but it's more Chisaki's face mask. You know, the black one. He does wear a sleeveless hoodie too. He just doesn't like people to look at his face much. And I did also mention I don't remember if I mentioned his appearance did change from his original counterpart. Which I did think I said his original hair was red, like all of the Todoroki family. Well, most of them. But it changed to black, and his eyes changed to white, as in Scorpion's, when he went to hell. Which they found weird whenever he started dressed like that, but they accepted it. Once they go up to her office, like, so, how's your training going? So, it's going alright. I've learned basic martial arts, and I've tried meditation. It's irritating at first, but I'm starting to get more handle of it. So, well, that's good. So, and how about your anger management? Which Deku doesn't say anything, which Mirko says, well, his anger management is still needing a lot of work, but it is slightly better than when we started. So, well, that's good. So, I will try to help you with your anger management. So, from here on out, too. And Mirko will still help you with your hand-to-hand combat. Which he agreed to, but he also mentioned that he did want to learn how to use his weapons more efficiently. Which Ryuku thinks, well, I don't really know much about that myself. But your kunai and chains does remind me of a certain hero I know. Which Mirko's like, wait, you're not thinking of, like, yep, we might have to go back to UA at some point. Which Deku thinks, I didn't think I would have to return there after a year now. Like, well, if you wanted to be a hero, you might want to go to that school, because it's the best you can learn there. That's true. But still. So, yeah. So, how long will you guys be staying here? So, probably a month or two. Who knows? So, alright then. Well, stay as long as you want then. So, thank you, Ryuko. Anytime, Mirko. Also, someone commented Miroko's last real name, which is Ryumi Usayaki. I don't know if I said that name properly. I heard it once said properly, but I forgot immediately. So I'll try to remember it next time whenever I do this part again. Yeah. Now, during this time, the past 2 months, Ryuku has been helping Deku with his anger problems, which has actually been pretty good so far. It's still not as good as it should be, but still, if you have the hatred of hell itself, it's not going to go swimmingly. But it's still slightly better than it was before he came there. See, he meditated so much, he actually started to feel strange, something inside his fire. Because normally his fire is all orange, but lately he feels like it could be more. He hates to admit it, but he might think his fire has multiple layers like how his father's fire has, how he can shape it himself. Which he hates to think he had to learn techniques from Endeavor, but he can't deny that Endeavor's techniques would help him. But still, he gets angry whenever he thinks about Endeavor, which hampers his progress. So, he normally doesn't want to. And whenever anyone else mentions how his quirk is somewhat like endeavors, he gets slightly pissed, which doesn't get a notice to Mirko or Ryuko. Which they don't want to talk to him about it yet. They want to see why, so they might try to investigate about that, but so far they have nothing to go by because he doesn't mention his past family name. All they know is that he hates Endeavor for some reason. But yeah, so the 2 months has been up, and Deku has learned more proficiency with his anger. He can monitor it to whenever he gets knocked down, he just channels it to make his attacks more fluent. So he doesn't have to, so he's not as blinded by rage. But mention stuff about Endeavor, then he will be more blinded to rage. So, and this type of stuff goes on for another year. Deku trains himself to meditate more, which he calms down significantly over the past year. Mirko has trained him how to do more hand-to-hand combat, which he has even gone multiple toe-to-toe with other heroes, and won. Lost some to some of the top 10, but came close to winning to some of the top 10. So, yeah. But, anyways, he is now age 13. He's also watched videos of how to fight with a kunai and chain and swords, which he has practiced at home, too. Which he has gained proficient with it. I wouldn't say as good as Scorpion does right now, but he's beyond a novice. More an apprentice or close to expert. Or advanced, at least. Goes same with the swords. So, one day when Mirko and Deku walked into the kitchen, Mirko was in there. For some reason, he said, like, "Hey, Mom," which surprises Mirko, and even Deku himself. Like, wait, what did you call me? Like, I think I said it. But he clenches his fist out of anger. He didn't want Mirko to replace his mother, but it somehow happened. So he still loved his original mother, which Mirko knows. Wait, what's wrong? Like, it's nothing. Like, no, it's not. We have came so close to help you already. Please don't regress any further than you have advanced. Like, it's just I didn't want to replace my original mother. Which Mirko was surprised. Like, wait, who's your original mother? Like, which he doesn't want to say, which is starting to make him angry even more and saddened at the same time, which Mirko noticed. So she hugged him, which surprised Deku. Like, I'm not going to replace your original mother, I know that. But still, don't try to but still, I'm happy that you're starting to see me as a motherly figure. I know that I can never truly replace her, but I'm glad that you're starting to see me as a parent. Which Deku's anger subsided and replaced with even more sadness, which he started to even cry onto Miyako's shoulder. Which Miyako thinks the healing process will have to begin for him to open up even more, but this is a good step at least. I know this may seem weird, but Ryuko, to you guys, but Rei is somewhat a good mother to Deku, but having so many children and having to take care of Todoroki since he awakened his quirk, Deku has not really been able to feel love from a parent, especially because Endeavor was always pushing all his children and even calling him worthless because he was an unknown or quirkless. And Rei constantly have to take care of everyone, and giving so little attention to Deku that it kind of hurt him a lot, having abandonment issues. But he still loved her, knowing the fact that she had to take care of everyone by herself. Which he even wanted to help, but he couldn't since he was so little. Now that he has Mirako, so he's starting to open up more. Yeah, but after that, so a week later, Deku started to resume training. So Mirako did tell Ryuku that Deku's finally calling her mother, but it pains him still to fully say it a lot of times. So he might do it by accident and feels like he's betraying his original mother, or say it to just, well, in general. So, without paying him. Which he'll have to get used to. Still pains him, but he still, well, try to. Now, they said this is a month when Deku will go to Ryuku's agency. Mirako sadly cannot go with Deku this time, though. So, reason why? Well, she's a traveling base hero, which she still wants to take care of Deku, but right now, she needs to do her job, which Deku knows. So, he told her that he will go by himself this time. He's old enough, and so he knows the way to there, which Mirako agreed reluctantly, but still. Which Mirako did let Ryuku know. This so happens to be when a certain blue-haired girl will join as a work study for Ryuku. When Deku first arrived there, so Ryuku greeted him first. Like, it's Ryuku. It's good to see you. Like, it's good to see you too, Aunt Ryuku. Like, oh, so you're finally calling me Aunt? Like, Well, after I started to call Mirako Mom, it's a new change, so I'm trying to get more used to it. Like, of course. So, well, I hope you are ready to continue your meditation and training. So, of course. Which, when they reached the training area, so, a certain blue-haired girl noticed Deku, which she thinks is he also a work study or something. Which when Deku gets in fighting stance, then Ryuku did too. But Ryuku's like, Nijire, what are you doing? Nijire? What are you talking about? Which once Deku turned around, he sees a blue-haired girl face, like, close to his face. Which he steps back, readying his kunai, like, whoa, like, I didn't mean to scare you. Like, no problem. And still, remember, he's wearing his mask and has his hood up. Although he has incorporated yellow into his clothing. Like, hi, my name is Nijire Hado. So, what are yours? Like, my name is Izuku Usayaki. Like, so wait. So, what are you doing here, by the way? Why are you wearing that mask? And what is that chain thing you have? Like, do you ask a lot of questions a lot of times, or is this something that I'm not aware of people doing now? Which Ryuku responds with, well, she's actually my new apprentice, you might say. A work study. I see. And I'm assuming she's from UA? Well, of course. Alrighty then. So, I'm believing that Nijire is like 2 years older than Deku. Maybe 3. I'm not 100% sure. But still. So it'd be around the time when Nijire would actually join Ryuku's agency for a work study, would it not? So, well, I'm gonna train by myself, Aunt Ryuku. Well, of course, you go train by yourself then. Alrighty then. Which once Nijire heard Aunt, he said, wait, I didn't know you had, a nephew. Like, I don't technically. So, her mother is a really good friend. His mother is a really good friend of mine. So, I see him as my nephew, and I guess now he's starting to see me more as an aunt figure. So, oh, okay. So, by the way, what is his quirk? So, that's for you to ask him, more or less. So, he doesn't really like people talking about his quirk a lot of times. So, oh, I see. So, do you think I could train with him at some point? Like, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Still, are you interested in him in some way, then? Like, yeah, sort of. Which, once she realized what she said, she looks towards Ryuku, which she has a bit of a grin. Said, and none of that way. Sure. And yes, this is the ship, Deku X Nijire. I figured since a Nijire is always happy and curious nature would clash with Deku's angry-esque nature with some, secrecy and stuff. This would actually be something to help them both help Deku open up a bit more. Once Nijire goes towards Deku, she sees that he is training really hard, using fire to surround his legs and his own hands to his elbow. Even using his weapons like his kunai and his blades, which Nijire eyes widen from how proficient he's become with these. Which, after he's stopped for a moment, he turns around to see Nijire looking at him curiously with a smile. Like, is she always this happy or something? Like, what do you want? So, I just kind of wanted to see if you wanted to train or not. Once Deku hears that, what is your quirk? Like, my quirk is called Wave Motion. I believe that's what it's called. Like, so basically, I can shoot energy waves towards people and help make me fly. Which Deku think, interesting. So, do you mind if I ask what your quirk is? Like, I guess. Like, my quirk is fire, and my second quirk is like a weapon making quirk. I can make a kunai appear from my hand and make 2 katanas for my back. Miss Nizuri thinks that's pretty cool. So, you must be really good to hand-to-hand fighting then. So, I'm pretty alright. I've learned a lot of stuff from my mother, so. Like, oh, who's your mother? Like, her name is Mirako, the number 5 hero. I believe she's number 6 or 5. 6 right now until All Might retired, then she becomes number 5, if I'm not wrong. Which, the Nijire's eyes widen, like, what, you're that son's hero? It's like, yeah. So, wow, then you must be really strong then. She's like, I'd like to think I am. So, no, would you like to spar or not? Like, oh, yeah. Which they begin to spar. Nijire is defeated, though. And that really surprises her. She should at least have a year advance of UA's knowledge against him. But because he's proficient with his quirk and has more advantage in hand-to-hand combat, she eventually does lose. Which she runs up to him like, wow, you're really strong. So, thanks. Like, your quirk does kind of remind me of Endeavor's in a way. Once Deku hears that, he looks at her with angry expression like, don't you ever compare me to that bastard again. Once Nijiri saw that, she was frightened, and Deku stormed out of the training area. Ryuku saw him storm out, which she looks towards where Deku is leaving, sawing Nijire over there, scared and saddened now. But Ryuku ran up to him, what did you say? She simply said, I simply just said, your quirk is kind of like Endeavor's in a way. So, Ryuku sighs and don't. So, you blame yourself now, do you? Kind of. Yeah. Like, don't be. So, he doesn't like Endeavor for some reason. Matter of fact, when we first met him, he didn't really like many people. But after a while, he started to warm up. Said, yeah, but I think I should ruin my chance to become friends with him if I should remind him of something painful. Which, yeah. After a while, when Deku cooled down after meditating a lot and even just taking a hot shower, well, it was actually cold shower, but it somehow steamed because how angry Deku was. After that, Deku calmed down and thought about it more. Like, well, I probably should have blown up at her face. She didn't know that I hated Endeavor, and, well, I probably should apologize to her after scaring her like that. Which, actually, Ryuku knocked on the door. Like, come in. So, like, oh. So, you cooled down yet? Like, yeah. So, like, So, I heard she compared you to that man. Like, yeah, she did. Like, well, you shouldn't be mad all the time when someone compares you to him. Can you honestly blame them at times? Like, no, I can't. Which he clenches his fist really tight. And steam even started to come off him. Like, hey, calm down, calm down. I know that you have history that you don't want to talk about with that person, which I don't know why, but still, you do need to learn to calm yourself whenever someone mentions him. Like, I know, which I thought I was getting so much better at, which now, after that, I realize my anger is still boiling in me. Like, it is good that you still have some anger, you know. Which, he is surprised, like, what do you mean by that? Like, anger can be a tool used in fighting. Can either prohibit you or even help you. But still, it's depending on how, if you can control your anger or others. Deku thinks about it. So, but yeah, you know, she actually feels guilty after you scared her like that. After mentioning that, she even felt sad too. Once Deku hears that, like, I really messed up then. Like, oh, so are you feeling guilty or something? Like, somewhat. She didn't know that I didn't like that man, so I kind of feel like now I have to forgive her. Which actually really surprised Riku. Normally, they would have to apologize for him and mention not to mention him. And after a week or two, he would talk to them again. But Deku has started to regret that. Which really, like, wow, that's surprising. Like, what? Like, normally we would have to apologize for you. And even tell them not to mention him again. Like that. So, yeah. Well, things can change. So, yeah. So, anyways, where is she, by the way? Like, oh, she's in her room. I can give you the room number so you can go over there. Like, alright. Thanks. So, he ran off to go to Nijire's room. He knocks on her door, and Nijire didn't answer. And Deku said, Nijire, Hato, are you alright in there? Which she, after hearing his voice, she didn't want to say anything. And Deku said, I'm coming in, so if you're not decent, don't blame me. You should have said something. Which, he opened the door, seeing Nijire just hugging her legs towards her own body. Think, you blame yourself, don't you? Like, she didn't say anything again. Like, look, you shouldn't really feel bad. It's personal problems that I've needed been resolving lately. And well, I just don't really like being compared to that bastard. And sorry if my actions aren't as normal compared to others, you might say. So please don't feel bad. It's starting to bug me. Which Nijue smiled slightly, like, well, my actions aren't exactly considered normal either, so I guess you may have that in common. Which she chuckles and gives him a warm smile. Which something in Deku makes it blush a bit. Like, am I blushing? Why am I blushing? Yeah, whatever. Well, whenever you want to spar, just let me know. Which, again, like, she nods and, what time is it? How long? Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. So, I know this part was kind of all over the place, but I had to get some basics down. But yeah. I hope you guys at least enjoyed. I will try to get more information about Scorpion's fighting styles. And even say his name more correctly next time. But yeah, I'm also planning on whenever he meditates more, he will unlock a new fire soon. With the help of Nijue. Even. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Cyber Dragon out. Peace.